Hello, Gemini. I hope you're having a lovely February. It's a weird thing to say, but never mind. Um, okay, I've got some stuff for you today. I've got quite a lot of stuff. I'm going to start my little story this morning. And again, if you don't like my little intuitive messages part, the kind of story time element at the start of the reading, you can always go and hit that timestamp down below, and it will jump you to when I start to pull cards. I am a little bit poorly today. I've got a bit of a cold. I'm a bit sniffly, so I'm so sorry about that if you can hear the sniffle noises. I know it's not pleasant for anyone. And I've had a big lie-in. It's half term at the moment here. And the first half term of the year has been very, very draining on me. I'd say stressful, but it's not so much stressful as it is. It's funny, you've got this strategy card here. And this is kind of what's been tiring me, this needing to juggle sort of everybody's different schedules, and not being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it like I'd normally be able to when the children are in school. So I'm kind of juggling schedules, trying to help my son do his homework and make sure he's kind of in the lessons at the right time, and making sure he gets his breaks at the right time, making sure I've got the food ready for when he has his dinner and all this kind of thing. So there has been a lot of strategizing going on, and I think it's just kind of worn me out a little bit. It's kind of like taking its toll on me. And so I've been in this Four of Swords energy for the past 3 days, where it's like I'm just so happy to not have to get up when the alarm goes off, and I can just stay in bed. And so it's that thing where you can be busy, 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 and when you stop, everything kind of catches up with you, and that's when you get sick. So that's kind of what's happening for me at the moment. With you having like strategy and Four of Swords as well, I don't know if this is kind of what's happening to you. Maybe you've got yourself a little bit poorly, or maybe you just need to kind of like take a bit of a time out. You've done a lot of, you are a very mental sign in the best possible sense, in terms of like you think a lot. I was thinking to myself this morning, because I'm Libra, I'm a fellow air sign. I'm also picking up a lot of Aquarius here. I don't know if you're dealing with an Aquarius at the moment. But I was thinking, air signs, we tend to think a lot. We tend to analyze, we tend to strategize, we tend to think things through, look at things from all different angles. And it's quite exhaustative. Or exhaustative? I just can't speak today. Mercury, Hermes, the god of communication, help me out here. Find me the words. So, yeah, it's like this mental energy that we expend as air signs, where we tire ourselves out with it, and we get into this kind of Four of Swords energy where we just need to take a bit of a time out. We just need to rest, kind of go off on our own. It's not the same as hermit energy, where it's like you do soul searching. It's literally like I just need to sleep. I just need people not to bother me, not to talk to me. I just need my own space. I'm gonna go and sleep. Just leave me alone. It's this kind of energy. It's funny. I saw that "Lazy" song by Marilyn Monroe as well on YouTube this morning. And I was thinking, I'm not lazy. It's just I expend my energy mentally, where some people expend it physically. There's a difference. I'm not being lazy. I just use my energy in a different way. I'm a strategist here, like Capricorn. Why did I say Capricorn? That was so strange. Why did I say Capricorn? I don't know. There's no Capricorn here. Possibly the Magician a little bit. That just absolutely pops out. Hermes, okay, Hermes, the god of communication, is a trickster. Okay, so we need to be aware of this in your reading today. He's the god of communication, so he can assist with like helping people to communicate clearly. However, Mercury, which is the associated god, is in retrograde at the moment. Mercury is your ruling planet. It's going backwards. I think it's going backwards in Aquarius, actually, so that explains why I'm picking up on Aquarius energy. So extra tricks. You may find like gadgets start to go a bit wrong. I've seen so many tarot card readers having problems uploading the videos. It's like, oh, the awakening to spirit, like thank God, goodness that she is kind of getting back onto it, because I have missed her. Awakening to Spirit and Santaro have both kind of been on a bit of a lull, and they're like my two main readers. So I've been like, where are my guides, and it's so funny, because if you go and watch Awakening to Spirit's Libra reading, she's like, it's like your guides have left you. And I'm like, I know, it's you. You're my guide. Where have you been? So, yeah, it's so funny. Like, it's sort of weirdly spot on. She's always kind of like either spot on or paralleling the things that I'm saying in my reading. So, absolutely love her. So, she was talking in that reading. I don't know why I'm telling you this, because maybe it's maybe it has some kind of bearing on your reading somehow. But she was saying in her Libra reading that she's just posted, it's like you've been going through a tunnel and feeling the walls. And it's so funny because I don't know if you heard the crow then. There is a crow hanging around on the rooftops today. So that's one of my little spirit messengers there as well. I had this dream where I was like in the dark. I was in a cave and I was with other people, and the lights went out. It was pitch black, and the person I was with started panicking, and I said, it's okay, breathe, you know. I calmed them down, and I said, we can feel the wall, we can just keep our left hand on the wall and follow the wall out of the cave. You know, it'll lead us back out. Excuse me, sorry about the sniffle. So it's so strange because she said this exact thing, awakening to spirit, in a Libra reading. She was like, it's like you've been walking through this tunnel in the dark, and you can feel both sides of this tunnel, and then it opens up into a big wide space, and all of a sudden it's like, where's the wall gone? I'm on my own now, what do I do? And it's about having to use a different sense to kind of move through that void, you know, when that spiritual assistance is taken away from you. So I don't know, something quite similar is happening for you here, Gemini. I'll definitely go and watch her reading. She's amazing. So I don't think if something similar is happening here, where you're trying to strategize. This was on the bottom of the deck as well, this Jade Emperor with the organisation. So it's like trying to strategize, trying to come up with a plan, being part of an organisation or dealing with an organisation, communicating with this organisation or with these other people. So it's either trying to organise or dealing with an organisation, or both. Excuse me, I'm so sorry about the sniffles. So mentally, you're kind of going around in circles here, because I think you're trying to figure out what everybody else is thinking and doing. You're kind of almost trying to kind of like, it's like if you were playing a game of cards, right? You'd be sat at the table and you'd be watching the others for signs. They're showing me Maverick. There's a film called Maverick with Mel Gibson and Jodie Foster. And he's talking about, there's a scene where he's playing cards with Jodie Foster, and he's talking about like the little signals that they give away. I think she like plays with her hair when she's bluffing and things like this. So it's almost like you're trying to figure out if people are bluffing. You're trying to figure out, you know, what other people are thinking in this situation. You know, what aren't they communicating? But you're getting a bit stuck in your own head about it, and you're struggling to kind of either come up with a plan or make your dreams a reality, because it's like you've got pieces missing of this puzzle and you're just trying to kind of fill in the blanks. So I can see this energy like rushing towards you. And again, I'm kind of almost picking up on Aquarian energy here. So I don't know if you're dealing with an Aquarius or it's just to do with like Hermes, Mercury being in Aquarius right now. But you can see it's also rushing back, you know. Mercury is in retrograde. So it's like this person is rushing back, or I'm not seeing it so much as a person. I'm seeing it as information heading towards you very, very quickly. So you could be dealing with like something on the internet here, but it's like you're missing a puzzle piece. You've got yourself kind of either mentally exhausted or stuck in your own head about it. You're kind of possibly going off in a little bit of a huff, a little bit of a sulk, kind of that Gemini darker side energy there. But then it's like this, I see this energy like, it's almost like it's hurtling towards you. It's like coming in fast and you don't even see it coming. You don't even know. It's like it's not even part of the picture yet. It's like a puzzle piece that is like an extension of the puzzle that you didn't even know about. So this information is like flying towards you. And then, I mean, it could come in any way. It could be a literal verbal message. It could be an idea that you've never thought of before. It could be a piece of news. It could be a rumour. It's like you could see something on the internet and be like, oh my goodness, that makes so much sense now. But it's like some form of information coming in fast. So then here you are, co-creating with the universe. I'm really, really seeing this here. So the Magician talks about making your dreams, taking your ideas and making them a tangible reality, having all the tools that you need to do so. There's always a trick up the sleeve though, like with this Hermes energy, this trickster energy. There's something, it's like something you missed, something you didn't know, something that was hidden from you. I did see the Moon card actually when I pulled this deck out. So something hidden from you, or you're hiding something from somebody else, but you're trying to manifest, you're trying to make your dreams a reality, you're trying to get all those pieces of the puzzle ready. And then here's the divine coming in here, like assisting you. The Lover's card, the Choice card, to me is showing as another energy that you're almost like destined to meet, destined to work with. It could be this person coming in to communicate with you, but it seems to me like there's you and another person, not another energy, a literal other person. are like fated to meet, to have some sort of an exchange, whatever that form is, but it's going to help you move forward with some sort of plan or some sort of strategy that you're doing. I'm noticing really here as well with this Hermes, he's not moving yet, he's stood there, he's watching. So there's this sense of it like almost like divine timing. It's like you're there busy manifesting, kind of doing your own thing, kind of keeping your eyes on that puzzle, not really paying attention to what else is going on so much. And it's like the universe is kind of waiting for you. It could be like waiting for you to have some sort of idea, and then it's like, right, okay, it's time. It's this feeling of like, right, it's time, okay, like, right, time, like, we're gonna work together now, we're gonna do this, we're gonna set this meeting up. So again, it could be something to do with COVID, like it comes through all the time, but it makes a lot of sense, right? Hello, noisy car. Someone pulling wheelies at the end of the road there. So yeah, it could be something to do with, goodness, learn to drive or stop driving. Yeah, there could be something to do with like waiting for lockdown to end, and then it's like, right, okay, we can set up this meeting now, we can get this dream off the ground. Right, I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna go and blow my nose so I'm not sniffling through your whole reading, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, I'm back, slightly less sniffly, but not much. So some of the songs that you got then through for your reading, I should say 55, watch out for repeating number 5s at the moment. I saw 55% on the battery when I started the reading. Oh, I need to plug in my battery, it reminded me. Again, with like plugging in the battery, this feels like exhaustion, mental exhaustion. It's like you need to recharge your battery, I feel. Anything that happens in a reading is part of a reading. Like that dog barking, maybe you've got a dog, maybe your dog barks at the same time, I don't know. The first thing that I got through intuitively was Dark Horse by Katy Perry. I'm coming at you like a dark horse. It was kind of the rap in it. I might actually just Google that. But this is like, it feels like this energy is like, I'm coming at you like a dark horse. Are you ready for the perfect storm? It's like, recharge your batteries now, because like in this kind of downtime when things have slowed down, recharge your batteries, because this energy is like coming at you, and it's almost like you're going to get really, really busy. When it hits, you're going to get really busy. I'm just going to Google those lyrics. A seagull just flew over, so maybe you're going on holiday. So it's the little rap. She's a beast, I call her karma. She'll eat your heart out like Jeffrey Dahmer. Be careful not to lead her on. Shorty's heart was on steroids because her love was so strong. You may fall in love when you meet her. If you get the chance, you better keep her. She swears by it, but if you break her heart, she'll turn cold as a freezer. The fairy tale ending with a knight in shining armour. She can be my sleeping beauty. I'm going to put her in a coma. Woo, damn, I think I love her. Shorty's so bad. I'm sprung and I don't care. She got me like a roller coaster. Turned the bedroom into a flare. Her love is like a drug. I was trying to hit it and quit it, but little mama's so dope, I messed around and got addicted. So yeah, it's that little rap. She's a beast, I call her karma. So sort of that bit that was kind of like stuck in my head. Oh, there you go. Mark my words, this love will make you levitate like a bird without a cage. Like, I just saw that seagull. Coming like at you like a dark horse. Are you ready for the perfect storm? Because once you're mine, there ain't no going back. Do, 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 do. So then I saw, and this is the reason I'm using this deck, I saw a door with a keyhole, and there was a very intricate gold key in the keyhole of the door. So it's like something's going to be unlocked for you. Like it's like the next level or something is going to be unlocked for you, Gemini. They're just giving me now, they're giving me a really old song. They're giving me, I got the key, I got the secret, I got the key to unlock, hey, yeah, yeah. So I'm going to make a note of that. I don't know, maybe it's like a password or something. Have you got the secret password to get to the next level? The next thing I got was I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you, won't let nobody hurt you. That one. Then I had a dream where I went to the supermarket, but the shop was closed, and there was a sign on the door that said closed between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. So I don't know if that has any relevance to you at all. 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. These intrusive messages, some of them will be for some people, others will be for others. So take anything that resonates and leave anything that doesn't. It's a general reading. So I don't know why it's coming through, but it always means something to somebody. So I'm just going to tell you my waffle. Then I got a song. I kind of went back to sleep and I woke up again, and there was a song playing in my head, and I could hear about 2 bars of it, 2 like lines of it, and it was beautiful. It sounded like a love song, but it wasn't English. It was sounded like one of the Romance languages, which was kind of verified by the next 3 things. Now these all came, I got quite a lot here in very, very quick succession. It was like one thing after another. So the first thing I got was this song, like this love song. And then I got Too Good to Be True by Frankie Valli, who was, I think, of Italian descent. So I'm getting Italian and Spanish, possibly, that this song was in. Then I got amaretto. It was literally the word amaretto, which is like an Italian liquor. And it was written on a card. It was kind of like a creamy card with like brownish writing or gold writing. So the word amaretto, I saw it, and it's one of my favorite like coffee syrup flavors. Like when I go to Cafe Nero, I always like get amaretto lattes. They never advertise that they have it as well. You have to ask for it, and they always have it. Then this. I'll tell you what I got, and then I'll go back to amaretto. But then I got Oyeme by Enrique Iglesias. Wanna touch you everywhere. And then I literally saw a female body, not like a dead body, like a woman's torso. And it was kind of like a photograph, and it was like quite an arty shot. So I don't know if somebody is a photographer, but it was like almost like just the woman's torso, like here on the screen. She was artfully kind of arranged. So it was like very much like she was posing. It kind of had the vibe of like an album cover or anything, but it was the woman's stomach area slightly twisted, and she was very, very toned. She was very attractive, and you could just see she had like a white kind of vest on, and it was just pulled up, and you could see kind of the bottom of the boobies. Now I was awake when this was happening. This wasn't like a dream. It was just images thrown in front of my face. I can tell the difference between my own thoughts and the images that are given to me. So this was an image that was put in front of my face like this. It's like, hi, look at this. And I was like, okay. So it's like my third eye. So yeah, a woman's body, and it was black and white, but it had a bluish tint to this photo. So I don't know, maybe that's something for somebody. Yeah, but want to touch you everywhere. Somebody's getting a bit sexy. Then I saw the Dick Tracy album cover. So the movie Dick Tracy had Madonna and, what was his name? An actor. But the album cover, they kind of sat in the back of a car, and he's got a very noticeable yellow hat and yellow coat. So that's kind of what I was seeing. Then they gave me the word apricot, like just the word apricot, like, hey, apricot. I was like, okay, apricot. So you've got peaches and apricots here now, because when I googled amaretto, I kind of was looking things up. What stood out to me was that it can be made from almonds, but it can also be made from peach stones. Now, I did a reading off camera, which I'm going to call my magpie reading, which I will put up eventually. It's just sat on the floor for too long. It's starting to give me a bit bad back, and I just haven't. I needed to sleep, guys. I just needed to sleep, but I will put that magpie reading up for you. But one of the songs that came through for it, and it keeps playing on my mind, and I keep seeing it on Spotify and YouTube, is the song Cherry by Lana Del Rey. So stones, something about fruit with stones. Fruit with stones, what is this? But there's a line in that cherry. I didn't even make the connection with the cherry and the apricots and the peaches there at first. Just peaches and apricots are kind of similar fruit. But in that song, there's a line where she says, and all my peaches are ruined. And all my peaches are ruined. And the image that I was getting from this reading that I did off camera was that somebody could have like some kind of like peach farm. And this keeps coming through. Somebody having like either an orchard or a vineyard, and making their own, like, I don't know, maybe it's someone's idea that they want to do, but like making their own alcohol. but now it's coming through as peaches. So it's like, and all my peaches were ruined. And when I looked up amaretto, it said you can use peach stones to make amaretto. So it's almost like when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When life ruins your peaches, make amaretto. So I don't know if that's like a huge light bulb moment. Maybe this is a piece of information that somebody's been waiting for, but it was like somebody's investment had been ruined, and there was a way of looking at it a different way in order to recover the investment. So take that. I really hope that's really helpful to somebody. But do be careful, because apparently they contain arsenic as well, which is like scary. Okay. Then I got so like literally all that was like very quick. It was like the space of about a minute. I just got bombarded with stuff. Like as soon as I'd like acknowledged one thing, they gave me something else. So the next thing that I got a little while later was Courage to Change by Sia. You're not alone in all this. Sorry, it's my neighbours. You're not alone in all this. You're not alone, I promise. Standing together, we can do anything. And now they're drawing my attention to the mountain in the background. The mountain symbolises obstacles. This is like you can overcome obstacles, you can reach higher when you team up with somebody else. Then I saw Arabic. I think it was Arabic. I mean, I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. But to me, it looked like Arabic, like Arabic writing. But I feel like it was being read from left to right, which wouldn't be right. So I don't know, something to do, that's something for somebody. I don't know, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. So yeah, the songs that I got for your reading. So as I randomized 2 songs from Spotify to set up your reading, and I'm a little bit sick of these songs, to be honest. And I'm not calling you out, Gemini. I feel like the universe might be giving you a hard time in this reading, so a little bit of a heads up. You might be getting a lecture, okay? Just to prepare you for this. It happens to every sign from time to time. Scorpio is getting it for a while. Cancer are getting it at the moment, where they're getting the lectures, they're getting the tough love. So I don't know if this is coming in for you, or I don't know if you're dealing with somebody else that you just have to be a little bit careful of. It's like somebody coming in as a temptation for you. But you're getting you got 2 garbage songs. Like the first one played, and then it like I've randomized the next song for you, and I was like, another garbage song for Gemini. It's like, I don't know if the universe is calling you trash. It's not me saying this, and I make jokes about myself being trash all the time, so we're all trash from time to time. But it could be somebody that you're dealing with. Come down to my house, stick a stone in your mouth. You can always pull out if you like it too much. And then stupid girl, you pretend you're high, you pretend you're bored. So I don't know if there's something going on here where somebody's maybe trying to get a little bit of attention by acting a little bit, I don't know. It's like when when you're really, really young and you first start drinking and you just have like a sip of alcohol and you're like, oh, I'm so drunk and wild. It's like, no, you're not, sit down, shut up. So I don't know, somebody's acting a little bit like that, but that's for somebody. Again, it doesn't have to be you, it can be somebody around you. Just be wary though, the universe might be giving you a bit of a poke here to kind of, I don't know, just make you self-aware of your own behaviour, possibly. But the word vixen stood out to me as well, super vixen. There's something about foxes, and it's in the back of my mind, but I can't quite recall what it's trying to tell me. But foxes do symbolise Aquarius, and again, I'm picking up Aquarius energy here. So maybe you've got like Aquarius moon or something. But yeah, just... I don't know, maybe go and have a listen to those 2 songs yourself, Super Vixen and Stupid Girl by Garbage. Normally when I get 2 songs by the same singer, it's trying to tell me about something to do with the name of the band or the singer. So it could literally just be, Gemini, don't forget to put your bins out, it's bin day, right? If you lost track of time during COVID, during lockdown, make sure you remember to put your bins out. It might just be that, right? I just kind of want to show you, before we randomise your song, the underline of these 2 decks. Strategy. Like, I've not shuffled these yet because I wanted to show you what I saw when I pulled the decks out. Strategy, right? So it's confirming for me everything that I was thinking, because I was reading this before I got the deck out. I was like, strategy, blah, blah. And then I pulled the decks out and I was like, well, that just confirms everything I've been saying. And co-create. And I was talking about co-creating with the universe. So the thinking man, you could be co-creating with a thinking man there. So again, if this message isn't for you, it could just be for one specific person. When I start to pull cards, it could tell me something completely different. Right, Gemini. Oh, I wanted to say as well, this Four of Swords energy, this lazy energy of mine. I've been feeling a bit guilty about not making the most of my time. I was like, I've got washing to do, I've got laundry to fold, I've got, you know, hoovering to do, and I'm just lying around like in bed. But it feels very restorative for me. It feels like I needed it. Again, I've got a bit of a cold, and it's almost like I needed that time to rest my brain. So I don't know if this is the same energy that you're in. But again, like I was talking about how I felt like kind of my guides had kind of left me for a while. I wasn't getting as many intuitive messages. They weren't coming through very clearly. Where sometimes it's literally like really clear. And then I realised like I hadn't really been getting the thing where my head feels like it's opening very much either. And I was a bit like, oh, is that it now? Is it over? Have I served my purpose now and they've gone and they've left me? But I think it's just because I was so distracted by like 3D things, like trying to do the homeschooling and trying to sort my kids out, and I was getting exhausted. And I think it was literally like they gave me a bit of a break from one thing so I could focus on another. So now I've had these like couple of days of resting. It's back. It's like my head feels like it's like completely open. I'm getting so many images. So it's a bit of a relief, actually. Again, with like Libra reading by Awakening to Spirit, it's like I'm so glad that they're back. I've missed them. I felt like I'd lost my gift. Right, okay, so Gemini, let's get a song for you for your reading. Again, playing cards. There's something about playing cards. It was a song. Oh, what song was it? Connection by Elastica played for me this morning, and I was kind of looking up the lyrics and I was thinking, I wonder what they're actually talking about. And when I went on it was one of those websites where people discuss what they think the lyrics mean, song meanings I think it was .com, and someone had wrote it's about playing cards. Now you've had that 3 times now. You had Maverick, Connection. A connection is made by Elastica, and playing cards on this video. So this was for yesterday, but I feel like there's something to do with playing, like literal playing cards, right, for you at the moment. Okay, I'm getting really hot, really hot. Have you been playing strip poker? Right, okay. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. I was made for loving you by Kiss. Okay, fair enough. Maybe it is a love interest on the way for you. Maybe Kiss is your favourite band. It's making me think of a film called Why Him? And I won't do too many spoilers, but it's a fun film if you're looking for something to watch. Why Him? But Kiss is kind of featured in that band. So Gene Simmons, maybe someone's called Gene, I don't know. Right, I'm going to sneeze, so I'm going to pause. Okay, you can see it's 1 3, ooh, 1 3 3 4 there on the timestamp now. It was just 1 3 3 3. So again, repeating numbers. Watch out for repeating 5s. Watch out for repeating 3s. 3s are about being sociable, getting together with a group of people. Again, you could be working with others in some sort of way. I am getting so hot, like so hot. As soon as that song randomized, I start to get that like energy up up my back, up my spine. It's like, oh my god, so hot. So if you are connecting with somebody, it is hot, 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 off the charts. But I know now why I said Capricorn before, because I'm picking up on devil energy in your reading with garbage. Come down to my house. You can always pull out if you like it too much, make a whole new religion, a falling star you cannot live without, and I'll be your obsession. I'll be your obsession. That's what I was trying to get to. And that, like, I was made for loving you. I'm picking up on, like, it's not necessarily negative, but I am picking up on this kind of like devil energy from the tarot. So it's not literally the devil, don't panic. It's the energy of the devil card can indicate obsessive behaviour. So again, if you know, somebody could be addicted to weed with those 2 songs making that reference there. But it's also like generally like, it's like maybe a relationship, like 2 people really, really obsessed with each other, really feeling that passion, that heat, right? It's not necessarily bad. It's what brings people together. It's how babies are made, right? So, yeah, so looks like somebody's in for a fiery time. Okay, let's start to pull some cards for you. Just so you can show, I'm going to kind of like shuffle this into the deck. So yeah. Gemini. Can I get a card for Gemini, please? There you go. Caring connection straight away. So, and daughter spirit. Really nice. That's the Libra card. You know, I was talking about awakening to spirit. They had that card in the Libra reading. So maybe you're connecting with the Libra. I'm definitely picking up on other air signs. Strong Aquarius. So caring connections and daughter spirit. I'm also noticing you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. I keep seeing that as well, like number patterns, and 1, 2, 3, 4 in particular. So they're not in order. Maybe there's something again about that returning, like Mercury in retrograde. It's like returning. It could be somebody from the past. It could be something that never got off the ground, like you really felt a spark with somebody, and then like you know, things didn't work out, maybe lockdown happened, and then it's like almost like it's coming back around now. Yeah, daughter spirit, it feels like a very spiritual connection. It feels very healing. I'm really getting healing. It's like you could just, it's like almost like, you see how the hugging, it's like you and this person, you could just go and shut yourselves away from the world, like somewhere, you know, maybe spend 2 weeks in isolation together, you know, if you're gonna like travel or something, and like just exist with somebody else, and not even like having to talk, not even having to necessarily like do things. I mean, it's up to you, but it's more to do with like, it's like this person's presence is just calming and healing and like restorative. I can't say that word, but that's kind of what I'm getting through. So yeah, okay, let's read from the books for those ones. I was made for loving you, baby. Okay. Friendship, partnership of 2, possible love. See, it's more to do, it feels like it's more to do with like this spiritual connection. And then it's like, it could be very, very passionate, but that's almost like secondary. This card shows a couple in a tender embrace with the, it's like maybe you were friends before you got into a relationship with this person. It doesn't necessarily have to even be a sexual relationship. This card shows a couple in a tender embrace with the woman holding the blossoms of new love. Like the community card, this reveals a caring connection, but usually between 2 people only. This card upright signals the beginning or deepening of a kindred spirit friendship, or even the appearance of new love. It can also signify a formal business partnership. Again, that's what I was saying, co-creating, like strategizing, like working together, like almost like a fated meeting, like you're meant to do something with this person. Maybe you don't know, maybe you feel the connection. Maybe you're like, I know, I feel this connection. I can feel the magnetic pull. I know that I'm being guided, like I'm seeing signs everywhere. I'm seeing this person's name everywhere. I'm seeing like people, like just reminders of this person, like I don't know, like things that we've discussed, you know, jokes that we've made. I'm seeing it everywhere. So why is the universe telling me about this person? It's like, I know that I'm being taken to this person for a reason, but I don't know why yet. That's kind of what's coming through. So it could be like, maybe you got a bit confused. Maybe you're like, is this like a love thing? Is it a friendship? Am I meant to work with this person? What's going on here? I'm just noticing as well, it's 2 5s. Didn't I say 55 at the start of the reading? 1 and 4 make 5, 3 and 2 make 5, 55. Maybe the number 55 is relevant to you. Maybe you're going to meet them like number 55, like of a certain address, or I don't know, maybe you are 55. When this card appears, be on the lookout for new connections presenting themselves. But I don't think it's new. I think you know this person. But some of you will know this person, some of you won't. But it's almost like you've met them before. Even if it's like it's a new person, it's like you could have met them in the past and kind of almost forgotten about it. Or you meet them and it's like, I feel like I know you from somewhere, that kind of thing. The relationships you already share may become more intimate, purposeful, or present at this time. Notice the opportunities to forge new or deeper bonds. There may be a tender karmic connection at hand. Now, people freak out sometimes because they watch too many drama channels. The word karmic, anyone we meet, anyone we have a connection with in our life is a karmic connection. There's good karma and bad karma. So sometimes it will come into spark some kind of ascension process within you. Sometimes it can be like you're never meant to be with this person, but they make you a better person because they kind of push all your buttons. Sometimes it's like this person comes into your life because they need to teach you a lesson. Sometimes this person comes into your life literally because they're guided to you spiritually, to help you in some sort of way. So there's lots of different reasons, but this is a caring connection. Okay, this is a positive karmic connection. So daughter spirit then. I just may have to just shout to my kids to remind them not to be shouting when I'm doing a reading. Hold on. There we go. They're playing computer games, so they're getting a bit noisy down there. I don't know if you can hear them. Daughter spirit, spiritual awakenings. I just said that, ascension. So if you don't know what ascension or a spiritual awakening is, go and Google it. And new beginnings. This door opens onto the expansive energetic realm where all new beginnings originate. The orbs of light are guiding you through the clouds of the earthly world, leading you to a deeper understanding of your eternal identity, the source of all true value and power. I hope we're getting a twin flame reading. Like, I kind of don't, because I don't kind of always like to put a label on things. I don't want people to kind of like get their head in the clouds about a situation, but also I'm a big sucker for that kind of thing. Like, I love a good romance. The door opens onto a truly unlimited potential, for the changes that happen here reach deep into the core of your being. As such, this card often heralds your increasing powers in the spiritual arts and a deepening connection with the spirit world. Don't be surprised if you find yourself becoming more intuitive, more aware of spirit's presence, or more powerful in your own healing practices. Now is the time to open up to the unexpected guidance and inspiration of your spirit, and to the magic and power of your true identity. All right, cool. I'm sort of, how I was talking about addictions before, I used to drink too much, and I wasn't like alcoholic, but I would say I had and probably do have an alcohol dependency, where it's almost like it's my stress relief. So I was drinking too much at one point in my life, particularly kind of like, I think when I was at uni and stuff, it was like, because I get in my head quite a lot, I need that kind of, or I felt like I needed that thing to kind of like just numb everything, to kind of take me out of my own head a little bit. So last year, like not 2020 but 2019, I was doing a huge amount of work on myself. I was really trying to get myself much more healthy, in terms of like eating better, exercising more, doing yoga, not drinking so fecking much, and it really started to pay off. And then that's kind of like when, kind of around Christmas 2019, 2020 kind of happened. That's when I had like what I would call my spiritual awakening, where literally I had like a dark night of the soul. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I didn't know what was happening to me. I thought I was going crazy. I started to get all these, like, a barrage of synchronicities from the universe, like confirmation after confirmation after confirmation that something was happening to me. And I didn't know what a spiritual awakening was at the time. I'd never heard of it before. I was just kind of like, I started looking into things, like I started looking things up, like, oh my goodness, I'm getting the heat up my spine again. This is Kundalini energy. Again, didn't know what that was. I was just looking up, why is my back hot? What's going on? Like, is it my chakras? What is this? So yeah, I came to it very much from a, things are happening to me, what is it? Not from a, oh, these things could happen, and then trying to kind of like make out like, oh, this is happening to me. That's not how it happened. It was very much like, I think I'm going crazy. I don't understand what's happening to me. I'm scared. And then, yeah, and then it came into acceptance and all this kind of stuff. So it's weird for me to talk about. It does sound really, really out there. And like I said, at first I was like, am I going crazy? What is happening to me? So I don't know if you're experiencing something like this as well. Do go and look up Spiritual Awakening, Dark Night of the Soul, Kundalini energy if you're getting the hot back. I'm feeling Kundalini energy is very, very sexual. So yeah, and if somebody has triggered this in you, it could feel very obsessive, because it is like this person, even though you don't know where this is taking you, you don't know why this is happening, you don't know why this person's in your life, like literally they're in your life to trigger this in you, to push your buttons, to make you look at yourself in a different way, to make you question your behavior, to make you look at your childhood, to do that shadow work, all those kind of things that you have to deal with. It's like things you've repressed, or things that you don't look at, or things that you kind of deny. And then you kind of look at them under the cold, harsh light of day, because it's almost like this person's the same as you, right? And then they trigger these things in you, and it's like you kind of want to make yourself better. So yeah, I don't know if this is something like this for you. Right, let's keep going. I'm so hot, so fucking hot right now. Like it's Kundalini energy, and I feel weird saying that because it's like, hey, sexy energy, but it is. Right, okay. Thinker. Okay, thinker. Well, there you go, Gemini. Wasn't I saying that about you? It's seen 44 now as well. Again, more synchronistic numbers. Thinker. I don't think they're making a rhyme, but I don't know it. It's like thinker, something drinker. So I don't know if that's something somebody says. Thinker, amaretto drinker. I don't know. Essential meaning, strategy. Oh my goodness, you cannot. Sorry, my video just cut out. You cannot make it up. I can't do card tricks, right? I'm not that good. I can barely shuffle without spitting the cards everywhere. So Athena, strategy, right? This card I pulled out on purpose, right? Athena is one of your patron gods for your sign. Hermes, Athena, you can look it up. Patron gods of Gemini. So that's the reason why these cards are on the table today. I pulled them out specifically to tune into your energy. You had strategy on the underline of this. That, I swear, was just there when I pulled the deck out. I was like, tipped it out and it was strategy, and I was like, that's a weird coincidence. Athena, strategy card. So again, like, and then here you go. I'll show you, like, this, you saw that card come out on camera. Strategy is the first word it says. Being analytical and logical. The ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you've been playing right now. Or you are playing right now. Keep it simple, stupid. So don't overthink. Take things at face value. Go with the flow. Okay, it's all right, Gemini. But you're right. It's like almost like what you've deduced is probably right. Again, it's a general reading, so do take this with a little pinch of salt, or a kind of like a nudge in the right direction, or a nod that you're going in the right direction. I'm going to read the relationship message because you've got caring connections here. Love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. This is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. I heard a beep, like my phone had stopped recording. I don't know if you heard it as well. You can kind of go back to that little pause that I did and see if you could hear that beep as well, but it may have been a psychic beep. But when I looked, because I stopped and restarted the recording, the timestamp for me said 1:44, and you've got card number 44, so maybe there's something about hearing a beep which doesn't make any sense to me, but it might do to you. It might not make sense now, but when it happens, maybe it will. Maybe your phone will beep and you'll look and it'll be 44% battery or 1:44, right? If there's enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in a fantasy. No matter what, in case the facts are the facts. In this case, the facts. No matter what, in this case, the facts are the facts. Okay, I hope that's helpful to you, Gemini. Facts are facts. It's funny though, what are the facts, right? The fact is that every time I said when I had my spiritual awakening, every time I said to the universe, show me a sign that this is real, they would play the Universals Here on Spotify. That's a fact, right? I can't make that up. I mean, I can make it up. I could be lying to you, but I'm not lying to you because I am shit at lying. Endurance, rock. So perhaps you've endured in a situation for a long, long time, but you are able to grow in this situation. It's branching out into the universe as well. It's like the opportunities are limitless for you here. It's interesting because when I was talking about Kundalini energy and chakras and yoga, this is kind of how I feel I triggered all this by doing the yoga, by doing the chakra work, by I do Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube, and she always talks about feeling the energy, the current of energy, like rising up and down in your body, doing the breathing techniques where you bring the breath in, you turn it and bring it out again. So it's all techniques about opening up the chakras. But when I do it, I envision the energy going beyond my chakras, beyond my physical body, and I always picture the energy going down into the earth like roots, and I always bring up this mental image of like the roots underneath the earth spreading out, all connecting, you know, all the roots of all the trees connecting with each other and expanding into this network. And then the same with the energy going up. I imagine the energy goes up and it's like branches of a tree. It reaches out into the sky, it reaches out up to the birds, to the clouds, to the stars. So it's all about this, taking your energy and growing it and enduring and keeping that connection and strengthening the connection. Trees get bigger and thicker over time. So it's like, if you've had some sort of spiritual awakening, if you're feeling this connection to spirit, to God, whatever you want to call it, to the universe, keep doing it, because the more you endure, the more you practice this gift, the more it's going to grow, the roots are going to spread, the trunk's going to get more and more solid and firm. And it's like eventually, even though those rocks are there and it's like, you know, possibly in a shaky situation, the roots could actually strengthen, it could scaffold the unsecure foundation. There's something there with that. Hearing those dogs barking again, that's quite a lot. You're getting dogs barking in your reading. Okay. So tell me more about caring connections and daughter spirit, please. Caring connections and daughter spirit. We're going to the tarot now. This is the tarot in Illuminati. Is that the card I think it is? No, I thought it was the devil card. I was about to freak out. The moon card there, this is the card that I saw at the start of your reading. It was kind of like still hanging around in the box there. You've got the King of Wands and the Queen of... Oh my God, no wonder I'm getting so hot. Gemini, no wonder I'm getting so hot. You could have a fire sign placement. You could have a fire sign, possibly Mars or Venus, possibly like rising sign. Take it as it resonates. It could be moon. You could have a fire placement as your moon. So I'm Gemini moon, but yeah. You could be connecting with somebody who also has strong fire in the chart. But this is like, I swear to God, like, no wonder I was getting so hot. No wonder I was feeling that Kundalini energy. The King and Queen of Wands, this is a couple in the tarot. And, you know, they're a match. They're a true pair. And they are fiery. They are so fiery. They are so hot. It's like these two people get together and you're going to be having a really, really good time. It's going to be fun. It's going to be... there's a huge amount of creative potential between these two. So if this is not a love interest, this is somebody that maybe you work with, but it's like the passion for what you do is off the charts. Sorry about bumping the camera there. So it's like, it's like huge amount of creative energy here, huge amount of potential, firing ideas off each other, really going for it as well. It's like, maybe this is why you need to recharge your battery. This connection could be like so passionate, so much energy between you two that like literally when you break apart, it's like, oh my God, I need to go and heal from this. I need to go and take a time out. I need to disconnect for a little while to kind of recover my energy. These are two people who really hold themselves in high value. They are very, very, probably very attractive. If not physically attractive, they take very, very good care of themselves and they value their appearance. They invest in their appearance, and even if they don't, it's like these people are magnetic. They have like a magnetic personality. Like they walk into a room and they've got everybody's attention. So, oh, such sexy, sexy energy. Like, again, it doesn't have to be sex, but it's like, you know, if it's somebody you work with, it's like you're firing off each other. The King of Wands is the more mature energy, in terms of like they've probably had a lot of experience and they know how to hold back. It's like they don't go rushing in like the Knight of Wands. They have the enough like life experience to have kind of mastered this area of their personality. So they will feel very passionate, but they know how to hold back. They'll wait for the right time. The Queen of Wands is much more expressive. She's much more open. She's much more more likely to say, hey there, good looking, kind of thing. She's more likely to be open about her wants, her desires. But yeah, it's a match. Now the Moon card in between you both, though, there's either things that are hidden, there's secrets, there could be illusion, a distortion of reality. There could be a lot of fear here. Now fear normally comes from the unknown. Fear normally happens because, like I was saying about that missing piece, there's something you don't know. And when there's something that you don't know, that's when fear starts to fill the void. It's almost like, it's a bit like that saying, the devil makes work for idle hands, something like that. It's like the same kind of thing, but it's like when there's the unknown, there's space there for that kind of fear energy to wiggle in and kind of make you distrust the situation. It's like, this person's not telling me something, oh my god, what's wrong? But up here you're being told, take things at face value, right? You know the truth, you know the facts, okay? Don't sucker punch yourself in with this kind of like fear of the unknown energy. Like, if you're wondering if you're a match, you are a match. And this isn't player energy. This is, I know what I want and I'm going to get it. I find you attractive and I'm going to have you. I think I know why I was getting that Dick Tracy album cover. There's a song on that called Sooner or Later. And it fits in with quite a lot of the other stuff that's coming through for your reading. It's sooner or later you're gonna be mine. Sooner or later you're gonna be fine. 'Cause no one I've kissed, babe, ever bites me again. So go and listen to it if you want. Sooner or Later by Madonna. It's she sings it much better than I do, but very sexy song. If you're on my list, it's just a question of when. It's like that Oyeme song as well. It's like I've got a feeling I'm gonna have you. Like it's so sexy. I like your reading, Gemini. And I'm really, honestly, so hot. I don't even know what the temperature is at the moment here. I can't check on my phone, but it's not hot. It's been around the 0 degree mark, a little bit less, a little bit above, and it has warmed up slightly. The sun is out today, but it's not a warm day. I am roasting. I feel like I'm in a pit of lava. Oh dear. You can always pull out if you like it too much. You are not pulling out. Prince of Wands. There you go. There's the player. So it's with Thinker. So you're questioning. This is where the Moon card is. This is where the fear is. It's like, also, as I pulled this card, I was thinking about the Garbage song. You can always pull out if you like it too much. It's like, no, you can't. There's no holding back with this person. They're coming at you like a dark horse. Are you ready for the perfect storm? Because there ain't no going back. Like, but you can see he's like literally like I'm drawn to kind of like the feet and the tail. Like if you pull it away at a distance, he almost looks like he's wearing gold armor, and he's actually, like, the horse is actually black, but he's got like copper armor on. I mean, he's not. It's the horse, but that's how I'm seeing it. So it's like this. I think this person's coming at you. This person's rushing in. You feel it, like possibly with that like Kundalini energy. It's like you feel it. It's like maybe you're not even talking. Maybe it's like I'm just here doing my thing. I'm just here doing my thing. But you feel it. But it's scary because you've not had to talk. You're not like, you don't know what this person's intentions are. So you're thinking, I don't want to be taken for a ride here. I'm the queen or king of wands, right? I know my value. I know my worth. And if this person's coming in like a prince of wands, like a player, like they're here for a good time, like, oh, hell no, this energy is inferior to these energies. So there's something to do there with that thinking. Take facts are facts. Take the facts at face value. Don't have any illusion here about what's going on. Okay. Oh, and justice with rock. So endurance, justice. It's like, we'll pull a card on justice. Libran energy. I was saying that I was picking up on Libran energy. I should also say this is Piscean energy here. You're going to see clearly. I feel like this is almost like hold your ground. Like hold your ground. Wait for the communication to come in. Because it's like, be strong, hold your ground. You're not a prince of wands. You're the queen or king of wands. You've got a throne. You're not budging, right? You want the truth. You want clarity. So it's like the justice card. Think of like Judge Judy. It's like you're going to see through any bullshit. You're going to see straight to the facts. You want truth. You want honesty. You want clarity. And if somebody's going to come to you with this, like, this like secretive, like, player energy, you're gonna say no. Like, you're gonna say no. You're gonna say go away and come back when you're this, right? Or go away and come back when you're this, because I'm not. It's like, I value myself. I've done all this spiritual work and I value myself too highly to let you come in and mess me around and fuck up my life. Like, yes, I feel the attraction. Yes, I feel the heat. I feel the bloody heat right now. Like, I know how hot this is, but if you think you're coming in like a little secret affair, you're going to have me want, every now and again, like, no, get out. That's kind of how it's coming through. So it's like, you are standing your ground. You're like, I want the truth. What am I getting? I think it's a Lana Del Rey song. I'm sorry about all the swearing, but she says, we just want the fucking truth. I'll have to look up the song, but that's what it's like. It's like, I just want the fucking truth. Like, I just want the facts now. Like, if you're hiding anything, like, you need to come in openly and honestly. And I'm not messing around. It's like, look, like, she's so gorgeous. Look at how like opulent she is. Like, she knows her worth. And there's this balancing out. So the justice card, she has very good judgment. I was talking about Judge Judy. It's like when you watch Judge Judy, she lets people talk. She just lets people talk and run the mouth. And eventually they paint themselves into a corner where they contradict themselves, or, they say something that's that doesn't piece together. I was talking about piecing the puzzle pieces together. They say something and she's like, no, that doesn't make any sense, because you said this. Like, you said this and you said this and that. They can't both be true. So which one's true? So you, with that brilliant Gemini mind that can weigh things up, very similar to Libran energy, where you're like taking in all the facts, weighing up the situation. It's like you're coming in to cut through all the bullshit. Like, the truth. Gemini. Excuse me, I'm just going to write down that Lana Del Rey song. Is it Norman fucking Rockwell? For all swears. Okay, I found it. So it's When the World Was at War, We Just Kept Dancing by Lana Del Rey. Shake it up, throw your hands up and get loose. Cut a rug, lean into the fucking youth. Choreo, we just want the fucking truth. Oh no, it's only the beginning. If we hold on to hope, we'll have a happy ending. When the world was at war before, we just kept dancing. Okay. So, I don't know, maybe there's something in there for somebody. Still playing it. We just want the fucking truth. 10 of Pentacles could be about a 10 of Pentacles situation. You could be wondering if somebody has cheated. You could be wondering, you could be putting the puzzle pieces together, weighing up the evidence. Doesn't mean it's your partner, right? It could be somebody else's. Putting the puzzle pieces together, looking at the evidence, looking at the facts, not having any illusion here about this relationship. I'm wondering if somebody has been a player. because the Ten of Pentacles talks about a living situation, a home situation, could be work, but it's like wealth shared with other people. There's a family on this card. They're going, is it the end of America? The Queen of Wands always has sunflowers on her card, which symbolise loyalty. If the Queen of Cards comes out in the reverse, she's disloyal. In the upright, she's loyal. She's faithful. Same with the King of Wands. He's not a player. He's not playing around. So either somebody's presenting as a King or Queen of Wands, but they're actually a Prince of Wands, or somebody's suspected of, as being this kind of player energy. I mean, nobody's in the reverse though, so I don't think anyone is a player. You've got caring connection, right? Rock. If anyone was in the reverse, they would be player 100%, like karmic, right? Bad karmic. Everybody's in the upright. So the Prince of Wands could be coming in to deliver some information, deliver some news. It's going to be very passionate. It could be somebody absolutely speaking from the heart, unscripted. Again, it doesn't have to be necessarily a relationship, but it could be somebody coming in to say, this is my truth and this is how it is. And when people speak very, very passionately from the heart, it's usually the truth, because they'll get worked up, you know, they'll get heated, they'll get even if they're a bit angry, right? That passion usually can symbolize honesty, because it's impassioned, it's spur of the moment. Spur just stood out to me. I don't know, maybe someone wears spurs. Also, when people get hot-headed, when people speak passionately, when people speak unscripted, they can also slip up. They also will make mistakes in what they're saying. So you can see, you know, because maybe somebody has spoken very passionately and they've slipped up. Okay, interesting reading, Gemini. Look, your Gemini brain it could either be being absolutely tortured right now, absolutely like, this is driving me crazy, or you are reveling in this. You're like, oh, give me this mystery. I'm going to solve this mystery. I'm smart. I'm the smartest person in the room. I'm Gemini. I know, you know, I've got the whole piece of the puzzle. I've got the whole puzzle. I just have to put the pieces together. So tell me more about why is the moon here between the King and Queen of Wands, please? Something flipped and went back in, but it flipped all the way around, so I won't take it. Oh, something needs to be cut out. Or it's harvest time, or it's go time. Tens are about endings. It could be that somebody's cutting the cord here between this relationship. It could be that it's time to seize this opportunity to reap what you've sown. Knight of Pentacles here. Somebody could be coming in with an offer. We will pull another clarifier on that. Why is the Prince of Wands here? What is the truth about the Prince of Wands? Movement here, overcoming obstacles. What I was saying about the you and somebody else, there's like a connection. A connection is made. They're still giving me Elastica. Where it's like, it seems impossible, but it's like the ship will fly. The ship will fly. You will overcome any obstacles. Ten of Swords here, but you've got another ending. Something needs to be cut out. Why is Justice here with endurance? Oh, I feel like someone's waited a long time for this. It's the romantic man. The romantic man, he's sitting, he's waiting. It's another 10. So you've got 10, 10, 10. That is like ending, new beginnings. Cutting things out so you can sail away. Yeah, this romantic man, he's coming in with a new love offer. Ace of Cups. This is somebody absolutely coming from the heart space. I told you, it's like this. It's not just passion. There's caring connection underneath this. Or you're cutting away from somebody who's all about the passion because you want you want the emotional connection. It's like if this person comes to you it's almost like if this person comes to you in Prince of Wands energy, it's going to confuse you, because you're going to be like, do they just want me for the sex? Where maybe you kind of need them to come in with the emotion. Maybe you're cutting out the sexual energy because you really want to know what's underneath that. It's like, is this built on firm foundations? We've got 4 minutes left, Gemini. Just to kind of show you again, everything that I do, I'm not setting anything up here. As I put this down, it's the polar bear. The polar bear talks about endurance to me. It's literally over your endurance card. Okay, so explain to me why the scythe is here, please. Poverty and toil and labour. So this talks about, has somebody been doing a job where you're not earning any money? 37, 38, there's progress here. It's giving me another card. Thoughts. Could be releasing a relationship that has felt like really hard work. It could be that you feel like the amount of work you've put into a relationship, you're not getting a return here on some sort of an investment. It could literally be work. It could be some kind of creative project that you do. But then here's that caring connection again, right? Here's this masculine thinking about the feminine. So you need to cut out something where with this card here, with it being like you reap what you've sown, it's like it's time to get the rewards for your investment. If you've been investing a lot of time into something and it's not paying out, you need to cut it out. If you feel like you've not been valued in a situation, that's a sign that you need to leave it. Do you want to keep putting energy into something where you're not getting an investment back? It's funny because it's really giving me that Peaches again by Lana Del Rey, and all my peaches were ruined. So why is the ship here with the Prince of Wands? I really need to know about the energy of this Prince of Wands and the ship. Prince of Wands and the ship. Are you going to give me anything else on this? No. Right, okay. Tell me about the romantic man with justice. Courthouse and coffin. I get this quite often, where it's like maybe somebody's at court. Maybe somebody's at court because of some kind of inheritance. There's some kind of decision being made about somebody's inheritance. You've got the lovers on the underline there. That's your energy. Or somebody's ending something, but it's involving contracts or legalities. So if somebody was closing out a past relationship, you know, maybe they'd have to do something with like mortgage agreements, or you know, filing divorce papers possibly, or it is like something to do with somebody's passed away and there's like a legal situation here. Like this is legal, this is legal. End, what is it? Ending. And it's involving money because you've got that Ten of Pentacles there. So it could be work, it could be a household situation, family. Okay, oh, I'm going to run out of space. Okay, I've got 1 minute. Let's go. I was just took a pause to kind of think about what questions I want to ask as I go to my last deck. And as I was kind of shuffling, and as I asked about poverty and toil and labour in my head, the Knight of Wands popped out there. So look at this black cat again, black cat, black cat. The Knight of Wands, so this is this person here, this is the communication. Somebody wants to do something that they feel passionate about. Somebody could be doing something they feel passionate about but not be getting a payout for it. Right, okay, tell me about thoughts. Tell me about thoughts. Judgment, there we go. Judgment again. Justice, judgment. Judgment talks about ending something. You've got that like 4 times here. Something's ending and you're going to have a revival in it. So Tower moment and 3 swords there as well. Okay. So yes, there's something's ending so something new can begin. Tell me about the Prince of Wands and the ship. Prince of Wands and the ship. Seven of Cups. Somebody's got choices. Here you go. Here's where the illusions come. Gemini, trying to finish a reading, and it's like the odds are against me right now. Mercury in retrograde is definitely having its fun time with communication and technology. I ran out of recording space. I had to upload what I currently have onto my PC, delete what I had on my phone to make up more space so I could continue recording. And then it decided it didn't want to record because there's a problem with my SD card, even though it doesn't use my SD card when I'm recording. And it's been a whole issue. But I'm finally back. I'm here. I'm ready to keep going. Now, as I started to record again, my kids started to have a huge argument about the Xbox. So yeah, I've got a bit of stuff to tell you. So first though, so we've got the Knight of Wands, who is something to do with like having passion for what you do. You could be doing some sort of passion project, and you could like not be getting any money from it. So you're thinking, do I have to cut this out? Do I have to move to something that actually earns me more money? What do I invest my time in? So there's something here again with like, I want to do something I'm passionate about. What do I invest my time in? And then it's this kind of like feeling of like moving on, or things being out of your reach. So the Seven of Cups talks about weighing up your options, trying to figure things out, trying to look at different paths that you might want to take. What do you want from different situations? It could be relationships. What do you want from a relationship? But sometimes the Seven of Cups comes with this feeling of kind of like overwhelm or mental confusion, which I think again is connected to this moon energy of kind of like either fantasy or illusionment, or feeling like you're in some kind of illusion or disillusionment. There's like this feeling of kind of like not being 100% in touch with reality. So it really does want you to kind of like look at the facts of the situation. Like facts are facts, so just deal with the facts right now. Interestingly, you're getting a lot of cats. Okay, so you've got the Knight of Wands here with this black cat. You've got the black cat on the Queen of Wands card. You've got a cat here, this kind of ginger cat. But also, as I've been shuffling, as I was kind of like trying to record, or just sort of subconsciously shuffling, every time I looked at the bottom of the deck, you've got the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck now, which is tied to this romantic man here. Every time I looked at the bottom of the deck, there was a black cat. So you had the first one that I saw was the Ace of Wands. You may have seen that here. I don't know if I put it down at the end of that last little section, but the Ace of Wands was on the underline the first time I looked. So this talks about a new passion project, a new idea, something that you have a lot of enthusiasm for. It can sometimes symbolize a relationship where there's a lot of passion between you. It's new. It's some kind of divinely directed thing, right? Then I saw the High Priestess card. The High Priestess is Scorpionic energy. It doesn't have to be, but it talks about using your intuition. It also has this feeling of like illusion, being able to see behind the masks, intuitively being able to kind of know the truth in a situation. It's like you kind of just know what's going on. You've looked at the signs, you've looked at the signals, and your intuition is trying to guide you to the correct situation here. But there is some kind of unknown again. And then the Magician card, which again, I think you had the Magician card, didn't you? Oh, it was at the start of your reading. It's one of the cards I pulled. This talks about co-creating with the universe, making your dreams a reality. So there is this feeling of like grounding something, but there has to be truth and integrity attached to whatever this is for you. Also noticing all the wands here. 1, 11. So this is definitely union energy, coming together with somebody else. It's funny as well because I've got a black cat, and she was weirdly affectionate. She's been ignoring me for the past like couple of weeks. She's just like lost interest in me. She wants to go and play with the children. She only whinges at me when she wants food. She sings to me and I'm like, okay, I'll feed you. But today she let me pick her up. She let me cuddle her for a couple of minutes. Then she kind of sat down next to me, and I had my arm around her, cuddling her. So she was in a really affectionate mood. So I don't know if there's something to black cats. I don't know if you have a black cat, but let's pop them all back in. And then I'll just ask this last question here then, because I want to know about this courthouse and coffin. Tell me more about the courthouse and coffin, please. The devil. So again, I knew the devil was going to show up in your reading. Capricorn energy. It talks about attachments. It talks about addictions, obsessions. But something is ending here. Something needs to be cut out. It could be involving some kind of legal situation. You could be getting out of a contract that you're tied to. So I'm going to leave it there, Gemini. I hope that read it. Look at what's on the bottom. I told you, black cats everywhere. It's not all black cats in this deck. If I kind of show you, unicorns, owls, ravens. What's that? That's another black cat. You know, deer. There's wolves. Horses. There's a lot of different animals in this deck, but all the black cats are coming out for you. The only one I didn't see was like that. Oh, look, there's the Fool there as well. There's like one on a Pandora's box somewhere as well. So yeah, but all the black cats are coming out for you. So black cats, super duper significant. Watch out for them if you don't have one. Watch out for black cats kind of hanging around you, black cats on the telly. If you see a black cat, think about what you're thinking about when you see it. But yeah, King of Wands here, this energy. Again, kind of looking at this flame here, looking a bit longingly at that flame. So I don't know what's going on here. It feels like somebody's obsessed with you, or you're obsessed with someone, or you're obsessed with each other, quite frankly. But there's some kind of contract here. It could be karmic contracts. There's something coming to an end, something closing out. It doesn't mean it's the relationship. It could just be that the truth's coming out, right? They just told me the devil's in the detail. Be patient, though. Yeah, it's like you want him to come towards you, or if he, she, they, take it as it resonates. You want this person to come towards you with information, with love, not in kind of a horny energy, I guess. It's also interesting that you've got the King of Wands on one side and the King of Cups on the other, with Temperance in between. The Temperance card, traditionally, it's Sagittarian energy, by the way. The Temperance card talks about balancing our passions and emotions. This is passion, this is emotion. So it's like you need this person to come to you in a very temperate way, where they're not just coming with the fire. You need them to come with the love as well. Yeah, balancing out passion and emotion. So interestingly as well, I saw a white feather. Let me just go and get it. You're going to hear me clattering around for a minute. As I went to upload what I have to the computer, I can't remember exactly what I was thinking. I think I was thinking about the Justice card, about wanting clarity, wanting honesty. And I saw this white feather. There's something to do with, I think if somebody's in a legal situation, they could be found innocent. But it kind of struck me like, you know, in Egyptian culture, where somebody's soul is weighed against, someone's soul is weighed against a feather. And does she have a feather in there? No, she doesn't. It's her arm, it's a sleeve. It's like somebody's soul's weighed against a feather, and it's like, have you been pure? Have you been innocent? Have you done things with integrity? So there's almost this sense of like, I mean, the devil card in the tarot, it's not necessarily bad. It's not like the devil. It's more to do like sort of animal behavior, the kind of shadow side energy, or things that are addictive or passionate, like really, really strong passion, right? So there's something to do with like, especially because I saw those magpies. You see the black and white? It's like somebody needs to balance out like two sides of the nature. They kind of need to balance out the heavenly side and the kind of shadow side, I think. Yeah, and find this balance, and just make sure that they're doing things with integrity here, especially if they're doing something involving a court situation. So I feel like wait for the truth, wait for the facts. There could be some communication coming in again, look, with that Seven of Swords. No, actually, sorry, Seven of Wands. It's not communication. I was reading it as the Eight of Wands. Seven of Wands is defensiveness. Standing up for yourself, standing up for others. Maybe you're actually going to stand up for somebody in court. I don't know. Right, okay. I'll leave that there. I'll put the white feather on the King of Cups. And I wish you the best in that situation, Gemini. I kind of want to know how it plays out. Do let me know if you are comfortable doing so. Oh, and look, Four of Swords, which started your reading, that kind of like taking the time to heal, taking the time to recharge, is now in the reverse with the King of Swords, because there's the information. There's the information. That's somebody communicating with clarity. It's very much this Hermes energy. I'm getting too involved in your reading. I'm going. Take care. Best of luck. And leave me a like if you liked and all that business. And I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.